My name's Chris Watson. I run Endor Learn and Develop, and for the last 16 years we've focused exclusively on behaviourally based learning and development. So effectively what we look at is not what people do, but the way that they go about it. In those 16 years we've picked up some unexpected insights in terms of developing people. And sort of quite surprising ways that seem to hold up. In terms of the session route, or what's in it for you, I think there's a number of real key deliverables. We're going to have a look at influencing. So influencing skills, whether it be at work or whether it be beyond. You put in the two particular suggestions that I have for you following this very short session, and you will categorically be better at influencing others. Be the strongest link. This is about, if you like, be dispassionate. There's a big thing about influence. If you're negotiating with people, what you need to be, if you're quite, keep your poker face. You've heard that one. Yeah, don't give anything away. Important negotiation here. Yeah, so you just call that to yourself. One of the toughest arenas for negotiation is actually art negotiation. And the reason for that is the scale and the monies involved. Again, it pulls in if you're very, very skillful and experienced negotiators. So, interesting study of art negotiations. Towards the end of the negotiations, the seller made the final offer one of two ways. First way, in a fairly straightforward way, half the time they said, right, okay, and here is my final offer, I will accept 14.2 million. Second version, they said, I'll accept 14.2 million, but I'll also throw in my pet frog. Consistently, participants who were also offered the bonus of the pet frog were more likely to accept the offer. Why do you think?
Because they're getting something, they think they're getting something from it.
Do you think they really thought they were going to get a frog?
It's
being human, isn't it? It's actually just, it's good. It's good to demonstrate that you're not dispassionate, robot that's inflexible. Yeah. And if we stick with dispassionate people for a short moment, we'll have a look at Anne Robinson. Everyone's seen this, The Weakest Link, so you'll know this. Effectively, for anyone that hasn't, you've got 9 people, and they take it in turns to answer questions, and ultimately they decide who they're going to nominate, if you ultimately vote out, until it comes down to one person being left. There was a study of the 1,400 episodes that have taken place of The Weakest Link. And really it was an investigation into influence and whether or not other things are at work beyond your personal capabilities. Okay? And this shouldn't happen either, but it does. What tends to happen is, and think about this next time you go into a meeting, bear in mind where you sit. Because this chap here is about 5 times as likely to win the show regardless of his intellect, abilities or knowledge base, because of where he's positioned. Okay? And I will just check on this for you in terms of the stats, but people who occupy, and this is on an ongoing analysis of the 1,400 editions of the show, people who occupied that central position got through to the final 42% of the time and actually won the show, or after they got through, 45% of the time. Now it should be entirely random, because it should be each person, if you're voting different individuals out. So that shouldn't hold up. Additionally, if you're on an extreme peripheral position, so actually there's someone here and there's someone here, on the extreme peripheral positions, you will get through, so you'll influence positively the rest of the group 17% of the time, and you'll actually get through to the final 10% of the time. That shouldn't happen either. It should be an even distribution, because people aren't positioned there because of their intellect, their IQ, or their knowledge base. It's entirely random. So that shouldn't happen either. So, if at work you have board meetings, if you have meetings where, who doesn't hate a good meeting, but you're sort of sat there, if you like, waiting to have your turn and say that important thing to try to get some extra support for your department, or then actually a simple way to give yourself a head start is sit in the centre of whether it be the arc or where the sort of positioning is in that meeting context. So just to say many thanks for today. I do have, as you'd expect on something like this, some glorious, lovely copies of, highly discounted following the CMI's support, of Upskill, and I've certainly enjoyed spending an hour and a half with you all, and thanks for your contributions.
Thank you.